We start with 1 hour chart. Okay, if we refer to our analysis, when the price was within this one, we mentioned we're looking for the down move because we are pointing all this correction. And after we get this one, we mentioned any reversal, we can look for buy. And as we can see, when the price was within this move, we had the trade based on lower time frame for buy. Because if I move to 15 minutes, this is what we have. That's why when the price after was exactly within this move, we mentioned we have to protect this trade because the way is moving, we can expect for one more drop before we get the reversal. And as we can see, we get one more drop, but the price couldn't break previous top low, okay, and it start to reverse. But the way it's moving is really corrective. We didn't have the proper trade setup unless we look for trade here. But anyway, we were expecting to get the reversal as a sharp move. What we get is a corrective move. Now we want to see what's the next and how we can look for trade. We start with higher time frame. As we can see, still based on daily chart, we're looking at this too as a correction. We want to see whether we can get one move up or not. Okay, in this case, we move to forward chart. The only thing is based on forward chart, as we mentioned, we're looking for these two in relative to each other for one move up. But as we can see based on forward chart, every time we have this kind of the correction, we give the prices start to drop because we see here, the way is moving still in the down move as a corrective. That's why we need to be careful because the way is moving is a corrective. That means we can get one more drop. And as we can see here, the next drop mostly we can expect to be a sharp move. That's why if you want to look for buy from now, because it move a bit as a corrective, we should have the proper trade setup. Okay, maybe we don't need to look for buy if we didn't get the proper trade setup. Just let it go. Any reversal we can look for sell because the sell is a sharp. Okay, because as we can see, still is moving within these two lines. And if we put our line here, because of the shadow, as we can see, still there is a gap. Okay, that's why if we want to look for buy, the only times if we get the proper trade setup, we can look for buy. Then when the price come to this top, we start to manage. We want to see whether there is a breakout or not. The reason we're looking for the reversal, we want the price continue and break but the trend line. But as we can see, we need to be aware easily price can tag and reverse. Okay, by the way, based on forward chart, we don't have any trade setup. And if we move to 1 hour chart, okay, if we put our lines here, as we can see, the way it's moving is okay. All right. First of all, if there is a continuation as a corrective, we are not going to look for buy at all. Even we cannot get a trade setup for buy. Mostly after that, any reversal with a sharp move like we will be more interested because we can expect the next down move will be similar to what we had here as a sharp move. Okay. First of all, if we want to look for buy, the best things if we get the at least correction similar to what I have here before we look for buy. But if there is a continuation as a corrective, we don't look for buy because, and as we can see, we don't have the trade setup right now for buy. And one more thing we need to know, the other possibility, may we get one more drop, 10 to a flat, in 10 as a running flat in relative to this. If we get this one, may we can look for the sharp move like, it depends how deep it can go. Then we see whether we can get based on 1 hour or 15 minutes. Also, we can look for buy. But at that times, if we get any buy, we see if it's move as a sharp, is good. And with the breakout of the top, we start to manage. But if it is moving again as a corrective, we don't stay with the trade. We take out the trade. And if we get any sharp move with a flag, we can look for sell. But if we want to look for sell, let this one move a bit higher as a corrective. Then any sharp move, we can look for sell. By the way, we don't have any trade set up either for buy or sell. As we mentioned, how we can look for trade. In this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. And we cannot buy right now because still there is a continuation as a corrective. But we should know if there is a reversal similar to what we have here for drop, it can be quite sharp. Again, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.